Okay, I just wanted to jump on here because I think it's long overdue. I wanted to talk about this little thing up here. This is the Comma 3X, and this is installed in a 2021 Tesla Model 3 with Hardware 3. So I was interested in the Comma 3 for self-driving capabilities beyond what came with Tesla at stock. I've only got access to auto steer without the Comma 3, so I'd never paid for any of the self-driving packages because in Australia, I know it's different in the States and North America, but in Australia for enhanced autopilot, it's $5,000 one-off fee, and for full self-driving, it's $10,000 as a one-off payment. There's no monthly sort of installments. It's just give us $10,000 or take it or leave it. And I always thought that was pretty crazy. 10 grand for something you can't even trial. So I went with a Comma 3X, and it took me a couple of weeks to really work this thing out. That was partially because I didn't have enough time to tinker around with it. But first thing I didn't realize is that with the stock Comma model, the version 0.99 at the time of filming, unless I'd configured it wrong, my understanding is that for the Teslas, it's only steering. So the Comma with the stock Comma model, the Comma would only take care of steering, whereas the longitudinal, which means acceleration and braking, was taken care of by the Tesla still. And it was using the traffic aware cruise control, which I think is the most basic version of Tesla autopilot, although it's basically adaptive cruise control. So when I first started using it, I thought, this kind of just feels the same as auto steer. Like, what's the big appeal here? But it wasn't until I started investigating the Discord forums and finding models that were built for the Tesla and ones that did take care of longitudinal control. So now I'm running, I forget the exact name, but it's Tesla Torque Vectoring pre-built or something like that. And yeah, I'm also waiting for version 1.0 of the official Comma software because I'm keen to try that when it's ready. But overall, this has been a great addition to the Tesla. It's far and away better than auto steer. I can't comment on whether it's better than full-fledged Tesla autopilot, but for $800 this was a really good value purchase. It handles low-speed traffic much better than auto steer. It's with the torque vectoring model installed, you can still introduce your own steering wheel torque, and it doesn't disengage. So basically, if it's doing a corner and it's not getting it quite right, you can physically adjust the steering wheel to help it. So it's been great. It still suffers from the occasional phantom braking, similar to the Tesla auto steer. So you don't really avoid that. But for low speed traffic and busy traffic, it's far and away better than Tesla's auto steer. And this is, I'm driving on the motorway at 7 a.m. here, so this is a really, really ideal situation for it here. Not a lot of cars, heaps of gaps. It's absolutely acing it. Another really good benefit of installing the Comma 3X is you get rid of the nag altogether. So with auto steer, you had to provide steering wheel feedback every 30 seconds or so for the system to not disengage. I used to have one of these. This is a piece of metal that attaches to your steering wheel. I used to have one of those attached while I was running auto steer in scenarios like this to get rid of the nag. But even with that weight, Tesla's systems would detect what they call a hands-on defeat device every 10 minutes. So I would still have to touch the steering wheel every 10 minutes for auto steer to function. But with the Comma 3X, whatever they've done with the software, it overrides all of that, and you can completely be hands-free. And you can also provide acceleration as well if the model is being too cautious. Where this sort of system doesn't really shine is when you're in really heavy traffic, because it does tend to leave a larger than normal gap, like an unnaturally large gap. But I feel like or my understanding is that's most autopilot systems will do that because they're overly cautious. But it's very impressive how on a straight road with no traffic lights, how well this thing can perform. It doesn't do traffic lights, so it'll just run through a red light, so be careful. But if you've got a lead car, it performs really, really well. The acceleration's nice and smooth. The braking is smooth. Overall, I'm very happy with the 3X in the Model 3, and hopefully the compatibility will only get better, because I believe official support for the Model 3 has only been around for maybe a month or two now. So it's an exciting time. Crazy that, you know, in a car like a Tesla, aftermarket solutions are more viable than the inbuilt systems. And it's also crazy that this thing is, from my understanding, only using a camera to drive, whereas the Tesla's got all these LiDAR sensors and back and front cameras, and has every reason to be better than something like this, but just isn't. Again, haven't tried autopilot. I would love to try autopilot. I would pay hundreds of dollars a month to try autopilot, but I will not pay a $10,000 lump sum for something that I can't trial. Hopefully that gave you a bit more info about the Comma 3X inside of the Tesla Hardware 3. Yeah, thanks for watching.